Los Angeles. It's the Tom Leykis Show. Gracias. And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No, I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. It's Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course that teaches men how to get more tail for less money. More importantly, we teach women how men think. Toll free at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's 1-800-5800-866. A special invitation to our friends in Dallas, Fort Worth, and the Metroplex, because this is the first live edition of Leykis 101 in over a year and a half in Dallas. So you can dial us at 1-800-5800-TOM, and we are very excited to have our friends in Texas back into the mix here. Tell you what. Let's go to your calls here. Tia on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tia.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. If we expire the older that we get,
Yes.
why should I wait to get married? Why can't I marry some rich guy while I'm young and hot?
Well, you should do it while you're young and hot. My recommendation is that you do it in a narrow window, say between 25 and 27, 25, 28 years old.
Right, but see, I'm hot now.
You're hot now, but I don't know if your judgment is good enough to pick the right guy.
Right, but if it doesn't work out...
You can take him to the cleaners. Well, certainly if all you want is money. I'd marry the richest guy you can find, refuse to sign a prenup, and then take him to the cleaners.
As long as he's not a listener to you.
Well, if he's a listener to me, he'll never agree to marry you without a prenup.
Exactly.
So remember that even though we have huge ratings in Baltimore, the highest rated radio show reaches only about 10% of the population.
Well, they're not in Baltimore, dumb.
Well, but how do they get rich if they're dumb?
Well, they might be smart, like book smart, but when it comes to us, they're not so smart.
Really? And how do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm a 10.
Now, is that a Baltimore 10 or an L.A. 10?
I'm an LA 10.
You're an L.A. 10. Why are you still in Baltimore?
Because I'm stuck here for a little bit longer till I finish school.
Oh, I see. Well, certainly you know how to meet rich men, right? If you need any advice, I can tell you how to do it.
Oh, I listen to you every night.
Oh, okay. Well, the way to meet rich men is to go where the rich men are. Country clubs, golf courses, wine dinners. Let me tell you, I have a wine cellar. And I go to these wine dinners where, like, you meet the winemaker and they pair up the food and wine together. Let me tell you something. The guys who eat at McDonald's don't go to these things. Except for me. I do, but that's beside the point.
Well, I don't eat at McDonald's.
But I'm telling you, the guys who go to these things, they've got money.
So that's where I should go?
Oh, if you can get on a list, because there are many restaurants. Go to the best restaurants in town, and when you're there, ask them if they have any wine events, like wine dinners. You'd be amazed how many of them do this. And what they do is they fly in, like the vineyard owners, the winemakers, fly them in, and then they work with the chef of the restaurant to pair up the food and wine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, these things are chock full of guys with cashola.
And they want to spend it on me.
Well, they're already spending it on dinner.
Right. Well, see, I'm that trophy wife, that 21-year-old trophy wife that they need.
Oh, I understand. Well, we always talk about that. So
yes.
when they married their first wife, you were walking around with your Hello Kitty pencil case, and now you are ready. You are now ripe and ready.
Prime. I'm in my prime.
Look at you. Absolutely. Well, you want to go to, like, events where rich guys hang out.
Well, they're having this huge singles thing at the Baltimore Ravens Stadium.
A singles thing? No.
It's a singles thing, but it's very expensive.
Anybody can go to a football game. Have you seen the guys who go to football games? Unless it's limited to the guys who have suites, forget it.
Okay.
It's got to be, you're got to let anybody in. All those guys who eat sausage in the parking lot and who look like sausages, All the tailgaters.
Most of them.
That's who's going to be there.
So stick to the guys who only have clubhouse passes.
Yeah, these are the guys who would be very excited to get like a tour of the locker room. You want to get the guys in the suites, and I know that the football stadium in Baltimore has lots and lots of luxury suites because it only opened a couple of years ago. What are they calling that thing now that the company that was sponsoring it went out of business? What are they calling that now?
M&T Bank Stadium.
Oh, that's a very catchy name.
Bank. It's a bank that owns it.
That's a very catchy name for a stadium.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Love that.
What
was the other one called? PSI, DSI. What was the other thing called?
PSI Net.
PSI Net, right. I knew. It was PSI Net Field.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, so did I.
Well, I imagine what you want to do is you want to get into events where just the guys in the suites are going.
Okay.
And there are events like that, I know because I've got season tickets to hockey here in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And there are special clubs that are only open to the guys who have, like, the premium season tickets. These are the places you want to get in.
Okay.
And then hang out at the bar.
Well, I found there a couple dumb ones who have spent enough money.
Uh-huh.
And I just can't seem to find ones with more. I want more money.
Well, you might have to get on the old Metroliner and head up to New York and do that for a weekend.
That might be nice.
You could give that a shot. Even D.C., you just head over to Georgetown for a while. There's plenty of well-heeled older gentlemen there.
Georgetown?
Georgetown.
Georgetown.
Yeah, in D.C. Have you ever been there?
I've been to D.C.
Yeah, okay. Well, Georgetown's the place to go.
Okay, I'll have to remember that one.
Oh, I'll give you a list. Are you kidding me? I'll tell you what, another place in D.C. you could go, you want to meet rich older gentlemen, is like the Mayflower Hotel. They have a bar there at the Mayflower.
Uh-huh.
It's right in D.C. proper, just a few blocks from the White House.
I've been there.
Oh, you hit the bar there.
Oh, no, not the Mayflower. That's the White House.
Oh, no. The White House is another story.
No.
We don't have a president who picks up young chicks anymore. So
no.
What you want to do is you want to go to the bar at the Mayflower. Trust me on this. I have stayed at the Mayflower. In fact, I think I'm going to be staying there again in February for the Radio and Records Talk Radio Seminar. I'm going to go there and stay at the Mayflower.
Oh, you guys are coming?
Yeah.
Or you're just coming?
I'm coming, and I'll do the show from a studio somewhere. We're not going to do like a live event or anything. But I'll be coming for this convention. But the Mayflower is where we stay, and there's this little bar there, just a little bar off the street. And I'm telling you, again, it's guys with cash.
And what weekend are you coming in February?
I don't know offhand, but it's whenever that convention is in February.
Oh, you have to let me know, because I have to come down to that bar just to meet you.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have to come.
Wow. All right. But generally, we don't give away my whereabouts when I'm on the road. But I'm telling you that you...
Just let me know the weekend that you're going to be in.
All right. Well, yeah, what I'm telling you is you need to go up there, to go do a little cruising.
Cruising for nice old rich men.
Yes. Who do you think is paying $11 for martini in these places? Come on.
I like martinis.
I'll bet you do.
Yes, I do.
I'll bet you become very pliable on a couple of martinis at Cosmos.
Yeah, just a few.
Listen to you. What do you look like, by the way, just for the curious?
I'm 5'2". I'm a short one. I'm about 105 pounds. Got a 34D. Right. Nice flat stomach.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. You got a nice ass on you?
I got a beautiful ass. It's sort of jiggly but firm.
Really? You like having it slapped?
I work out.
You like having it slapped a little bit?
I'm sorry?
You like a little spanky?
Yes, that's why I leave it slightly jiggly.
Look at you. Very nice.
All right, Tom.
All right, Tia.
It was lovely talking to you.
I know it was, Tia. Thank you for the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Jay on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Professor.
Hello, Jay.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Great. Hey, that last chick that was just on the air?
Yes?
She sounded fat.
You think she's fat? Well, jiggly ass. I always get nervous.
I know, me too. Hey, here's my question for you, boss.
Yes.
All right, I'm a graduate student at UCLA.
Right.
You're the best course I take, though. I just want to let you know that.
Thank you.
And but also I'm in the film school there. But when I go out to the bars to hit on chicks, I don't know whether to tell them I'm a graduate student, which is, you know, not a lot of money in the bank, but still that's impressive. And I don't want to tell them that I'm in film school, then they think, oh, here's some wannabe kid from Mississippi or something.
Oh, no. Well, you're not. No, you're not that, because you know enough about film to chat about it.
Yeah.
So no, you have a deal. You have a first look deal with DreamWorks.
Oh. That's a great idea.
I mean, that's the deal. You're going to Sundance, or you've just been to Sundance, depending on when you're laying your rap out there.
But say I'm talking to some chick, 35, you know, and I find out she's like Spielberg's assistant or something.
Well, then move on.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. There's more fish in the sea.
Yeah, and you know what? Older chicks only go for that stuff. Like the younger chicks my age, you're right, they go for the older guys with the cash, because I'm just been trying to steal some things. One night I told this chick I was an Army Ranger, and I got in a fight over it. Some guy wanted to whoop my butt over it.
Oh, really? No, don't do that. You're a filmmaker, you're a screenwriter.
Yeah, okay.
Another one is you're a casting director.
That's a great one right there.
Oh, please. And thing is, the trick to making the casting director line work, which sounds like it's been used a million times, do not offer to get her into the movies. Just tell her you're a casting director.
Yeah, and then blow her off like she's no big deal or something.
Because guys are always like, I'm a casting director. Hey, why don't you give my office a call? No. You just tell her you're a casting director and move on to the conversation. Don't even talk to her about that.
All right, Tom.
All right?
I think I'm going to try it. I'll let you know in a few weeks what happens.
All right, Jay, good luck to you.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis.
The rule of Leykis 101, the booty call never, ever, ever moves in.
But, Tom!
Ever. Hey, don't argue with me.
The Tom Leykis Show. Leykis on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. It's Roger on Leykis 101 with your professor. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Roger.
How are you, Tom?
Do you care, Roger?
Yes, I do.
I'm doing great.
All right, Tom, I got the situation. I went to Vegas on New Year's with a couple of my buddies, right?
Yeah.
And one of my friends, he got married on New Year's Eve.
In Vegas.
Right after the New Year's celebration, he got drunk and passed out, so I banged his wife when he was sleeping and everything. And now I come back home, and his wife, she keeps calling me, and I don't know what to do.
Huh. Pal, bros before hoes. What are you doing?
No, I know, man. I was drunk on New Year's Eve. That's why I haven't banged her since. It was a one-time thing. I want to know if she keeps calling me, I don't answer the phone.
Well, my opinion is that you should pick up that phone one time and tell her that it was a one-time thing. You were drunk. It's not going to happen again. That's it. And hope that she doesn't tell your buddy.
That's what I'm hoping. That's why I want to pick up the phone, because I don't want to tell my buddy anything.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, you're going to have to deal with this eventually.
Yeah, I know that, Tom. I just don't want, you know what I mean? I don't want to have to.
And, by the way, she might tell him.
She might. So should I tell him first, or should I just try to keep it secret, Tom?
No, I wouldn't tell him.
Don't tell him?
No, but really, pal, as I always tell people, you don't know how drunk I can get, okay? I go out, I party. These boys saw me at the hockey game the other night. They know how it gets.
Oh, no, I feel you, Tom. I get drunk, too. I get drunk everywhere.
No, but no matter how drunk I get, there are rules. I don't bang my buddy's girl.
I know. It's just, spur of the moment,
No, you know what? There's no spur of the moment. He's your best friend.
Yeah, that's right, Tom.
It's wrong. Now get that into your head and remember it so that the next time you're drunk, you don't do that again. Your friends, you do not screw them over.
I'll remember that for sure, Tom. Thank you very much, Professor.
All right, Roger. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Ernest on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
All right, Ernest.
Good. Hey, I got a situation here. Like every year I go and travel for my work.
Right.
I go to different states, right?
Yes.
I want to know what's the best way to get some booty when I'm in different states.
Well, what do you do when you're traveling?
I do motorcycle shows.
And do you stay in hotels?
Yeah, I do.
Do you work the lobby bar of the hotel?
Okay.
Do you do that?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. When it's a 12-hour...
What do you expect, a chick to show up at your hotel room after you order a burger?
No.
You have to go out and do a little work.
Yeah, all right. Cool.
I would certainly recommend the lobby bar of the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I would certainly recommend finding out where people who ride motorcycles hang out. If you're in that world, then you should find out where the biker bars are.
Okay. All right.
And when you go to a biker bar, the chicks in there definitely put out.
All right, cool. Hey, also, I have another thing. What do you think of, like, dating coworkers?
If you like your job, I think it's a bad idea because you can get sued. And even if you don't get sued, you have to look at that chick forever if it doesn't work out.
All right.
Don't screw with your job like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Keep your job and your sex life separate.
Awesome. I really appreciate you, man.
I'm here to help. Ryan on the Tom Leykis show, Leykis101. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Okay.
Hey, I got a problem. I ended up hooking up with this chick last Friday, and she just won't leave me alone. She keeps stalking me.
All right, you banged her?
I did.
Okay. And was it at her place or yours?
Mutual friend.
At the home of a mutual friend. Okay.
Correct.
All right, and what?
Got my number.
Was she a skanky hoe, or what was the deal?
No, she's just good-looking, great body, cool girl.
Right.
That's all I wanted.
You just wanted it one time?
Just wanted one time, let her know before, and she just keeps calling. How do I get rid of her?
Did you tell her the truth?
Yeah.
And what'd she say to that?
Okay. And now she just won't stop calling.
All right. Then you have an answering machine?
Yeah, well, she keeps calling, text messaging. I don't answer when she calls, but she leaves messages. And
how did she get your cell phone number?
The friend's house I was at gave it to her.
I see. All right. Well, text messaging is really annoying because there's no way to block certain messages. Anybody in the world can send you a text message, and there's nothing you can do to stop it at this point in time.
Nope.
So that you're stuck with. But you can simply delete those. And as far as telephone calls are concerned, if she has and has not blocked your caller ID, you don't have to take those calls.
Yep.
And I wouldn't.
Oh, I don't.
Well, that's all you can do?
Well, how do I get her to stop calling? How do I get her to stop text messaging?
Not responding.
Just that?
Yeah, I mean, it's only been a short time. Just don't respond.
She's called, and she's tried to contact me like 30 times.
All right. But again, it's only been a short time.
All righty.
You must have really given it to her good.
I may have.
Look at you, stud.
Yeah, well, sometimes. All right, well, thanks, Tom.
All right, Ryan. I'll blow you up. Here you go, baby. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. I'm always amazed by those calls from guys who can't figure out how to get rid of chicks. You know, in many states, there are stalking laws. I mean, if it really gets that bad, you get a restraining order, you call the police, you file a report, and what have you. But, you know, you always have the option of not answering your phone. You always have the option of avoiding when you see the caller ID, picking that up. You have the option of having an answering machine, picking up only when it's not her. I think the real reason guys let this continue is because somewhere deep in their heart they want it to continue. I don't know, just a feeling I have.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis, only on Hot.
This is the Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis 101, I am your professor at 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Ryan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How you doing?
All right, Ryan.
I got a problem. I need some help.
All right.
Okay, I went to a party last weekend and hooked up with this banging girl. Said that she was 20, looked it, hooked up with her. Next day, her friends come to me saying that, because she was calling me, I was just ignoring her because I just kind of hooked up, didn't want anything else. And turns out that her friends are saying that if I don't hang out with her, she's going to tell her mom, and her mom's crazy, said statutory rape.
Well, that's what it is. Why didn't you ask for ID, pal?
I've never done that before.
Well, you got to do it because this is exactly what can happen.
So I'm wondering, should I just stake it out and like hang out with her for a while longer until?
Well, and now you haven't heard this directly from her. You've heard it from her friends, right?
Yeah, I haven't answered any of her calls. I guess she's 18 in a couple weeks.
Well, that doesn't matter, believe me. If she was 17 and 364 days, she could send you to prison.
Damn.
So my recommendation is that this is not a time to be mean or to be hiding out. This is a time to at least be nice to her.
Okay.
Because you're trying to do damage control.
Okay.
And do not have sex with her again before she turns 18. Do not do it.
Oh, I don't plan on it.
If ever.
Yeah. But she was hot. Gotta say that much.
Well, she may very well be, but nobody is worth going to prison.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Tom. You think you'd send me out with a bong rip?
All right, Ryan, here you go. John in Dallas, you're on the Tom Leykis show, Leykis101. Hello.
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother?
Not much, pal. What can I do for you?
Great. Well, listen, first-time listener, blah, 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 all that stuff.
Yeah.
I was telling the guy on the phone, look, I'm in the high-end fashion business, online webmaster, blah, 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 this and that and the other. And it's really great when you tell chicks this, but it works only in the strip clubs, okay? Because, I take pictures, we're doing stuff that, like, those chicks in Sex and the City wear and all that stuff. And so, all these, like, $600 shoes, great, okay, get laid doing that, right? But you tell a normal chick this, where does it go? It goes nowhere, I'm striking out here. But it's like, I got a great job, cool job, classy, flashy, just like you were saying, too hip for the bar, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And so, but with the normal chick, it's like goes nowhere. So.
Well, are you looking for a girlfriend or to get laid?
Well, see, exactly, that's what I told the guy. A little bit of both, maybe. But actually, just to get laid. I mean, it kind of works a little bit, but.
Well, if your act works with strippers and you're happy getting laid by chicks you think are hot that are strippers that you would never, ever marry or respect as women.
Right.
And then, you know what, most guys would see that you don't have a problem.
Well, yeah, but I mean, come on, how about a normal girl? I mean, you always want to, it's kind of like the thing I've heard some guys say, they want to go to strip clubs and see the girls wearing street clothes. It's kind of that thing. That's even a little bit hotter because, you see the normal girl.
Right.
And,
Well, normal girls, you tell you're simply a photographer or a fashion photographer.
Okay.
That's what you tell them.
All right. So do you think maybe the kind of card suggestion you suggested earlier maybe?
No, I suggest the exact opposite with the ones that are really obvious, like saying you're a casting director or a talent agent or a photographer. Every guy who says that then immediately says, here's my card, call my office, I have a job for you. Right. No. You do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You tell her you're a photographer, and do not tell her she looks like a model.
Really?
Yes. Here's why. You never want to compliment a chick on her appearance. Never.
True.
It's only working against you.
Okay, well, see, I agreed with...
You're bidding against yourself.
Yeah, but I agreed with what you said earlier. It's like, I'm meeting my buddy, you're ignorant to everyone else, right?
Right.
Sometimes that backfires on you.
No, it never backfires on you. The worst thing that happens is you go home by yourself, which some nights is going to happen.
Okay, I got you.
Doesn't backfire on you. Backfiring on you is when you have sex without a condom, and then she calls you 6 weeks later and says, you owe me 900 weeks of child support. That's backfiring.
Yeah, I'm doing that for the next 11 years, and trust me, I learned my lesson. But, okay, so cool. I'll just stick with the same thing and see where it goes, okay? Thank you very much.
Go for it, John. Good luck. 1-800-5800-TOM. Stuart is in Dallas. Stuart, you're on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. This is Stuart. I'm in Dallas. Of course, you already said that. I'm sorry.
Yes, I did.
How are you?
Do you care?
Of course I do, Tom.
I'm doing great.
All right. I just had a quick question. I'm an early listener of the 101 show. I'm 17. I'm going to a party tomorrow night, and there's a girl that's interested, and I'm just quite a little bit afraid that I'm not going to be able to close the deal.
Now, is she going with you as a date?
I guess so. Actually, me and a group of friends are going, and my friends had known that I hadn't gotten any in a while, so they were hooking me up with a friend of theirs that, hasn't gotten any either in a long time. So we were just kind of hooking up, booty call sort of thing. But I've never done this sort of thing before, so I don't know if I'm going to...
You've never had a booty call before?
No.
All right, so have you had sex before?
Yes, I have.
You have? Okay. Did you have to have, like, a girlfriend from school or something to have sex? Is that the deal?
Yes. It was a long-term relationship. This is my first booty call. That's
first time you had a booty call. Now, the girl that you're talking about, is she older than you?
No, she's about my age. Maybe a few months younger.
Uh-huh. And her deal is, does she have any sexual experience at all, do you know?
Oh, yeah. She gets it quite often, and she just hasn't had it in a while, and she's been looking for somebody. and I'm going to be there, you know.
So it's pretty much being put in your lap here.
What?
So it's pretty much being put in your lap here.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, the most important thing is not start acting like a boyfriend and saying, hey, we should go out, we should go to the movies, we should go on a date.
Uh-huh.
Forget that stuff. You want to try to have this happen tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you do not have the stink of death. You do not appear desperate.
Mm-hmm.
You appear a little bit cool to her and a little bit uninvolved.
All right.
And make her come to you. Make her chat you up as much as possible. The more you sound like you're desperate to get laid, the less likely it is you will get laid.
I understand.
So don't give that away at all. And by all means, do not compliment her on her appearance.
I see.
Because when you compliment a woman on your appearance, you know, it's like they talk about in sports when a team offers. Let's take the Texas Rangers. Remember when they bid $25 million a year for Alex Rodriguez, and people said they're bidding against themselves. No one else is going to pay him $25 million a year, and the people who said that were right. Well, you're doing the same thing when you tell a chick that she's hot. Well, the fact is, the first thing she thinks is, well, if I'm that hot, I can do better than this guy.
I understand.
So you don't want to do that. That's one of the biggest mistakes guys make. So you look lovely tonight. You look great. Lay off the compliments.
Okay.
Do not compliment a chick, because every compliment is going to cost you money or time.
Okay.
You know, act nonchalant about the whole thing.
Okay. I had another question. Obviously, I remember from 101 is never to take a condom from a chick.
Right.
We were talking on the phone last night, and I said, well, I hadn't gotten any condoms yet. And she was like, well, that's fine. We can use one of mine. And I was like, no, I'm a listener of, 101. She didn't know what that was, but I said it anyway. I was like, I'm a listener of 101, and I can't take your condoms. That's a risk that I'm not willing to take. So I was up front with her about that. And do you think that might, push her off a little bit?
It might, but here's something you can say that will work even better. What you say is, I have a particular brand that I'm comfortable with.
Uh-huh.
And so I like these. They're comfortable. They fit right. They work right. I'm happy with mine.
I see.
So you just tell. And by the way, I mean, it's a good sign that she's talking to you about condoms. That's good.
All right.
But that's what you say. Don't get confrontational with her until you get what you want.
Okay.
So the best thing to say is not that you don't trust her. The best thing to say is that you have a brand you prefer.
I see.
By the way, I have a brand I prefer.
What would that be?
The one I prefer?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, it's a personal preference. The one I like happens to be Lifestyles.
I see.
I like that better than other brands. And it has nothing to do with anything except they just feel more comfortable. They feel more natural to me.
I see.
Everybody has their own taste. But the thing is, anytime I'm with a chick who doesn't have my brand, even if I were going to use hers, I don't like using other brands.
Makes sense.
So that's your excuse.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind.
Very good.
Thank you. Hey, Tom?
Yes.
Take me on Michael Jackson style.
Michael Jackson style. Here you go.
My greatest inspiration comes from kids. Why can't you share your bed? There was some action going on in my room every night. Who's the criminal? Who's Jack the Ripper in the room?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. It's Brian on Leykis 101. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Brian.
Young man, I appreciate your advice and thank you for class being in session this evening.
Certainly.
I wanted to share something with you and get a little advice and tell all the fellow Tom Leykis listeners out there and the 101 listeners that I am a loyal student. I've been single for 6 years and banging away, but I have fallen. I went against your advice.
Oh, boy.
Meaning that one day in my work, 2 months ago, this chick, 18 years old, slamming body, and not to mention the first woman in Seattle that I have met without a kid. Well, she comes up to me and says, I really just want to be your friend. And I went with what you told me. I said, you know what? I have plenty of guy friends. The only thing is that I can't be your friend. I can't have a woman just as a friend. And I played this off for 2 months solid. And this was driving her batty, Tom. She could not figure out why I wouldn't give her the time of day. She couldn't figure out why I wouldn't just go for it because she just kept wanting to do the friend thing. And so finally one day I slipped and I fell, and she gave me some information like, you know, I did this, that, and the other, and I think I'm pregnant or something. And so I go, well, whatever you decide to do with this guy that you're with or what have you, you can come to me, but you know I can't be your friend. I just want to sleep with you.
Oh,
and now,
boy.
Yeah, and now she's filing sexual harassment.
Oh, well, what did I tell you?
I know, and I fell, and I want all the other guys to know out there that no matter how hard it is, I mean, I could have had her a month ago, you know, but
Then you'd be the one who knocked her up, and then you'd be the one paying, by the way.
Oh, geez, Tom, this is insane. I mean, it is the worst feeling to have fallen as a student and to be at that point where all the teachings, all the learning, everything that you should have known to do, I didn't do. And it feels really low. So, guys, please just stay.
I tell you, boys, not even to talk to chicks in the office.
Yeah, I know, and Tom, can you not agree with me that Seattle is the worst place to live in this country? Every single chick you go to a bar, the first thing out of their mouth is usually, how much do you make? What do you drive? And then my first question out of my mouth is, how many kids do you have? I mean, am I wrong in saying that?
Well, you're right to ask in Seattle, I'll tell you that.
Oh, my God. And one other comment before you blow me up, Tom. I'm a transplant from Dallas, Texas, and to all my boys back in Dallas, even the fattest, most ugliest chick on her worst day looks better in Dallas than any chick up here in Seattle.
Well, there's no doubt that Dallas has some of the hottest chicks in the country.
Oh, my God. Boys, just enjoy the playground that you have there. It is like prison up here.
Oh, man, oh, man.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
We don't dump you because you're a slut. God damn it. Men live for sluts.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show, Leykis 101. I am your professor. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Rob in Dallas. Rob, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Professor.
Hello, Rob.
I have been waiting for this since the time went back on, so that you're back on Dallas at normal time.
Over a year and a half. It's amazing.
To ask you this question.
Yes.
January of last year, in other words, a year ago, the 8th, my divorce was final. And I had been out of the dating pool for about 7 years. And even before that, I never really had booty calls. I always had girlfriends.
Yeah.
And I've come to realize that I don't want a relationship. I don't want to have anything to do with any emotions or any emotional attachments. I just want somebody that I can bang.
Right.
So how do you find those?
Well, you meet them in the same places you meet other chicks, bars and clubs.
Okay.
But the trick is, once you meet a chick, it's how you treat them, really. And there are certain rules that keeps a woman a booty call. One, you never see them before 11 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Never see them in the light of day.
Okay.
Two, never go on a date with them anywhere.
Okay.
No movies, no dinners, no going out anywhere. Three, don't introduce them to your friends or family, ever.
Okay.
Keep them in the dark about your whole life as much as you possibly can.
Okay.
I mean, that way they know their place.
Okay. All right.
And if possible, don't bring them to your place.
What place? It doesn't exist as far as
That's right.
I had girlfriends that would go, well, why don't we go back to your place? No. Because I don't want you knowing where I live.
Right. You don't want these friggin' stalkers coming over there. You absolutely don't. So that's the way. I mean, you meet chicks the exact same way, but chicks you like, you'll say, let's have dinner, let's go to a movie, let's go to a concert. But chicks you don't care about, you know, you go to their place, you bang them. First of all, they should be like the first night in, bam, done. And then later on, you know, when you're out on your own, you bow, do a little booze, and you do the booty call thing. You call up, hey, how you good, you know. And,
Okay.
And it make sure you do not let her get out of the booty call box.
Okay.
Too many guys make the mistake of introducing the booty call to the friends and family, or once in a while go, we should really have dinner sometime. Oh, stop. Don't do that.
I have been listening to the disciples falling off the wagon tonight.
Yes.
With babies and all that other garbage. So yeah, I've long been a disciple, and
you have to know in advance what you're not going to do, and what you're not going to do is treat a whore like a queen. You don't do
exactly. Okay. All right. Thank you,
so
Professor.
Just keep your resolve, and remember, when you go out and you meet chicks, remember, they're never, ever going to meet your friends or family. Ever.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Professor.
All right, Rob. Thank you. Dallas checking in a big way on 101 tonight. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Tom at blowmeuptom.com. You can also